Your W is probably your most important ability and you need to know how to use it well. So let me show you. When you put down your W, there's two things you want. You want the circle around the box to cover as much ground as possible, so not walls. And then you want the W to cut off a path if you can. Let me show you ground versus walls. So this box you can see here, the circle around it is only covering ground. That's good. The more ground is in the circle, the bigger area the box covers. This box over here instead, look at this. This has half the circle inside of a wall. This effectively means that half the box is now useless as it can't shoot in there and it can't trigger on anything in there. This is a bad trap. We want to cover as much ground as possible. We want to put the trap as far away from the wall as we can, like this, but we need the circle to still hit the wall. Why? Because now no one can walk past here. You are now covering you're now covering the wall here, but you're also covering all this area. Compare this to a trap that stands here. This trap is covering the same area wall, but it isn't covering all of this as well. This trap over here to the left is very bad, and this one to the right here is really, really good. This is exactly how you want to use your traps, by having the corners of the circle just barely hit the wall, because this is how you get the most out of them, like this. The other thing I mentioned about the traps was to cut off paths. We kind of just covered that, and by making the circles touch the wall, we're kind of covering a big path here. When this circle touches the wall here, we're covering a path here, but this isn't exactly what I mean, because this is a very open area. What I more generally mean is that you put your W in a place like this, where it will now block off an entire path. This is a very good trap, and you can use these all throughout the game. The same goes for a place like this, a place over here, like this, like this. These are really, really good traps because they block an entire path. When you block off an entire path like that, people cannot go through there at all without triggering your trap. These are very good traps. Generally speaking, later on in the game, you also want to just put your traps down as much as possible. Having a trap that's off cooldown like this is just value lost when you can just put it down on the ground instead and like stack up a new trap. I want to note that Shaco W also gives quite a lot of vision. If we take a look at what I've done here, I've put down 4 traps in the enemy jungle. There are no wards here. And look how much vision we've gotten of the enemy jungle. So generally speaking, if you can move through enemy jungle and you just get some traps down, even if nobody ever walks into them, there's still great vision for your team.